Today, Precarious plays
Steven Universe, Save the Light. You ready?
Ready.
Drama! Back to the camera. She questions what is in front of her.
Oh, we didn't know that individual's name before, did we?
Pearl's here, though.
Can it be?
Hmm.
A crystal gem. So, my prism wasn't the only thing that managed to stay intact after the diamond's retaliation.
I always love the people they get for voice acting.
Was it you that activated my prism? No wonder the poor thing's so confused. You don't even know how to properly use it.
I like her cape.
Let me show you how it's
Pretty
done.
great.
It's very Gankutsuo.
That should do the trick. Isn't this nostalgic? And here I thought the war was over. Well, it will be now. Goodbye.
So this looks fun.
That's what I saw before,
That monster.
and I tried to
It's
look away.
I'm gonna let you pick because I made my decision when
Yeah.
I came through here the first time,
Uh-huh.
and I want to know what your pick is.
It feel like Furnace Face, because it can't be Dave because you have Dave Guy. Why would he name it Dave? It is Dave Guy, right?
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not.
Dave Guy.
Yeah, it's not Dave. I think it's got to be Furnace Face.
Okay.
Unless you want it to be Dave, because.
The first time through, I did pick Dave, but we're gonna pick Furnace Face this time and see what happens.
Okay.
Furnace Face.
Steven, did you really just name the
He's so
monster?
happy about it.
Well, yeah. Doesn't it seem like a big boss monster like this needs a name?
Get ready, team.
Ah, love it.
Oh!
Furnace Face.
Oh, there are the blades. Okay. It all makes sense now.
Okay.
It says it above. I mean, of course it says it above the HP meter. Where else would it say Furnace Face?
Mm-hmm.
I'm imagining like one of those little introductory stickers. Hello, my name is Furnace Face.
Yeah. All right. So, what we need to do first
Everybody's healthy, so I guess.
is
That one.
this.
Whoa!
And
is
then-
that seems like a pretty substantial increase.
He's power sliding. Okay.
Oh, I don't like that. Why is that doing that?
Now we're bubble buddies.
I cannot comment on the nature of anything in this fight because I have seen it before, and I think that your honest and your honest first impression is perhaps more valuable.
This is the second version of this battle. I'm feeling pretty salty about the whole situation. I accept responsibility for it because I saw the number of minions that were piling up.
Amazing.
And Det decided to try to address that, and then the battle just wound up dragging out over like 15 minutes before eventually the team was overwhelmed. I'm pretty unhappy. I'm pretty unhappy with it because I feel like the appropriate way to handle this might just be brute force. And I get pretty bitter. So here, just pause for a second. 6 options. You have a full hexagon of choices, and I hate that the best thing to do might just be to aim for the boss and just wail on it until the fight's done. It might be sort of
You're strong in the real way, Pearl.
an about face, This is probably going to be a bit of a jarring tone shift because I was having such a nice time at Furnace Face, and now they've squandered all that goodwill. Feeling very bitter about the whole situation.
So I am attempting brute force, and I intend to ignore the minions as best as possible. Probably all the way ignore them.
Do you think attack buff stacks on top of attack buff? No, I'm not going to try to help. You do you. Because evidently, whenever I try to help, we just wind up getting shot with giant laser beams until we lose.
Okay. I was wondering if you might have a story to share with us, because I'm trying to concentrate a little bit.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is speculative design. I'm just irritated. It's like, is it a lack of levels? Is it because Connie and Pearl, I feel like we've done a lot of battling so far. I feel like you should be on curve for whatever experience gain they expected. Whatever experience gain could be reasonably expected at this point. So I don't think it can be that you're underleveled, and I know that Connie and Pearl, I think, have almost exclusively they've been investing points in attack and teamwork. So the fact that these minions are so difficult to slay before they get to the boss, I can't think anything other than why. Why is it? Why go through this, what feels illusory? Why go through the rigmarole of, it's like, oh, well, here, they all have HP meters, and they're bringing this boss logs, and you can stop them, and it's favorable if you do, because the logs, they power up an AoE attack for the boss, and that's bad. But then it's like, this one has a shield? Is it just because we didn't precognitively pick Garnet? Would Garnet have fixed this? Would she have punched the shields off of them and then...
I don't know if Garnet is here yet.
Well, I'm assuming that at the lighthouse you really could have picked any of the three.
Oh, I see.
That's still my assumption. Because I don't... I can't imagine that they would always figure out a way to force you to have Amethyst. Just because I think that would be a cruel bait and switch.
What did I just forget?
I don't know.
Fact. That's what I wanted. Okay.
Well, there's a small story. I remember that, speaking of those Steam reviews from before, one of them said that they had played for hours and they never even encountered a boss, and that was why they gave it a negative review, because they were like, you can't have an RPG game without bosses. So that means, I guess, that they didn't play to this point.
This didn't take that long, did it?
I mean, it's taken us a fair amount of time. But I don't know.
Wait for it.
Regardless of the number of hours, this is still definitely like the first dungeon environment. So I think if you don't play to the end of the first dungeon,
Yeah, that's a little weird.
yeah.
Oh man. Where he's standing doesn't quite reach
Reach what?
everything. Ah. Okay. Go, Connie.
Maybe you should just have Steven heal Connie and have Connie guard Steven to build up relationship meter so you can form you can already form Stevani.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes.
forget all of this other nonsense.
I was looking for the fam jam button to heal everyone, but instead I will form Stevani. I will use my extra juice to bubble everyone, and then Stevani will then kick all the buttons. This is roughly what I did the first time I went through this boss. And I feel that I would... It still takes a lot, though.
Yeah.
Well, that's no bueno. Bummer.
I
Well,
don't
and
know.
I invested highly in teamwork on purpose. You know, with everybody.
Maybe this would feel different if I was playing on my own file. I mean, you could use a Starfruit XL, and then you could just win. At this point, I guess it's almost full.
Yeah. Although... Okay. Good job, hands. For a second, I thought that I was going to not make that block. As I am tend to do when the pressure is on. Okay. There. Back to how it was supposed to be.
Listen, I'm not mad at you. I'm just disappointed in the game. I don't want to say that because, boy, was that disappointing. Means you used Bubble, you used
So cool.
Stevani, you used, I think, a couple of spear throws, which I'm not sure were strictly necessary.
Mm-hmm.
That just does not feel like a satisfying
Hello.
test. Like, I can't, Garnet's here and I can't even be happy about it.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a tricky pickle, all right.
I think that
Having to punch and punch and punch until the big boss fell down.
that's what we were taught to do on the way here.
No, it wasn't. You were taught to selectively bubble characters that were in jeopardy, and you were taught to have Greg heal everyone efficiently over time, and you were taught to have Connie. Like, that alone, like the introduction of an AoE attack like that, in that manner, completely defies, I think, an easily established paradigm of Connie shielding Greg and having Greg do healing jams or attack jams. Was Amethyst the answer? Maybe Amethyst.
Amethyst would have been able to take care of all of those little gremlins.
Would she?
I
They
think
all
with-
they
if
all
with-
walk in a line.
If I got her with, if I upgraded her luck stats and gave her buffs from these people, Amethyst would have been able to hit a lot of targets quickly.
Okay, I want to point out again. I know when I'm angry, I just I too have an AoE laser from my mouth. So I don't want to make this sound like... I don't want to make it sound like I'm feeling vindictive towards you. But I'm probably going to... We have an empty file left. I'm probably going to start playing this game on my own, and I'm probably very, very angrily... I'm gonna hate play.
You're going to see how hard you can crush the mechanics.
Yeah, because I'm mad. Like I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna try it with Greg and Amethyst. I'm gonna try it with Amethyst and Pearl.
I think that you can actually come back and try bosses again just from the main map. And it like gives you experience. I think.
But the point is that I'm gonna come back here. That should not have worked. There was a pile of, no joke, there were like 8 enemies in front of you. The only reason why that was okay is because when the boss died, they all died. Which doesn't even make any sense.
Look, when I saw them coming out to feed the boss, I immediately looked at them and said, those are distractions. And then I was like, let's concentrate on the boss and we'll just mitigate as much damage as possible. That was the strategy that I put forth. And it was okay, and I think that even without Stevani, it would work. It would have just taken 3 times as long.